Hello everyone and welcome for this new tutorial. We are back from vacation and we will go back working on our inventory system. Today we will start working on the UI component of our inventory system. Before working on inventory itself, I would like to make a UI for the pickup item. So when we will be close to an item, we will be able to see which item it is, which type of item it is, see an image of that item, and which key we have to press to get that item in our inventory. So this is what we will do today. You can see this website, it's the GameUIDatabase. It's a very good website to actually find some UI for your game, so you can see what kind of UI there is in different game. If you have a game that you really like and you want to use that UI, you can see in this website you should have everything that you want from your game. I would like to have a pickup item that looks like the one that we can find in Apex. So I can go and find the game Apex, and if we scroll down, you can see that we have the title and settings. So into HUD and overlays, we can find in here the weapon comparison pickup. If I open this, we can see in here we have the pickup UI that we want to create. So there will be which key we have to press, the name of the action that we will do, pickup, and all the different information of the item that we can actually pick up. I will try to do this today. One thing that I will show you, I can just copy this image and we will go into Paint. Up. Control V, and we can see in here we have our image. So before working on the UI, it's nice to take some time to actually figure it out how the developer has made their own UI. You can see that we have our UI, so this is the complete UI. So this will be a widget in Real Engine, and now we can actually cut this UI and see what is inside. So we can see this box right there, so this will be the first widget. Then we can see that we have actually two boxes inside. So we have this one and we have this one. By cutting it, you can see already how you're gonna make it. In the red box, we can see that we will have a vertical box and we will have two borders inside. You can see we'll have this one and this one. You can see that we have in here this and in here this one. So it's cut in two. We have the button and the text. In here we have this, and we can see that in here we have another box with some more text. And in this box, we can see that we can subdivide a little bit more. I'm just gonna get the green. So we have this text, and this text. So this is how we will make our pickup UI. So this is our project. We have a third-person character. You can go next to an item, and you can see that there is a new UI. So that's the thing that we actually want to do. We want to have a little box that says you can pick up that item, and this is the sniper rifle or a pistol and stuff like that. If you want to see how we made that, you can check the previous video. The link will be in the description. So let's work on our UI. So we will go into our content folder and we will create a new folder. It will be called widgets. In this widget folder, we will create a new user interface and it will be of type widget blueprint. Press in here user widgets, W for widgets underscore pickup item UI, and we'll open it. So let's start by adding a scale box. In this scale box, we will choose in here fill for the stretch, and the stretch direction will be both. Now we need the size box. Up, and we put 150 by 150. This is just for when we will be showing it in here. When we will apply that to an item, we will actually change the size. Now we need to add a canvas panel to be able to place stuff into the canvas. Now we can start working on our UI. So the first thing that we need is to be the outside border, the red one. So we just use a border. So we put it up full, right 0, 0, and we will change the color of our border. Choose brush color. Into the brush color, we will reduce the alpha. And we put it somewhere like grayish, like that. Okay. Now we can actually place our vertical box. So the first thing that we saw when you actually cut the UI, you can see that in here, in the red box, we have two blue boxes. So we need the vertical box. So we'll go and choose vertical box, you put it inside the border. And now we can add two more borders. Border 1 and the border 2. Put fill for both of them. And we can see that they both took half of the place. So the top one will be in here, we can choose the size. So if I put 0.2, you can see that this one will be 0.2, and this one will fill the rest of the available space. So we can keep it like that. I'm just gonna add a spacer between these two borders. Like that. So you can have a little bit of space between both of them. So I can put fill and you put something like less than that, 0.0.1. So this is very nice. This one, we will change the brush color, put it gray, dark gray like that. And we're gonna add some alpha. I will make more dark. Up. And this one will be up. More grayish like that. We change the color later if we don't like them. But we will start by doing this. So you can see now we're actually getting something that looks like that. So we have these two borders, and now we need in both of them to add two horizontal boxes. So in here, horizontal box. We'll have a first horizontal box inside the first border. And now inside we need object. The first one will be an image, and the second one will be a text. We'll go ahead and get an image. Up. And a text. Like that. So for the image, we'll go and change the brush. I will put 150 by 150. For the text, we'll make it fill, so it will take the entire space. We will change the text to be pickup, because this is the action that we will actually do. And then we will change the font. Up, we'll change the size to something 90 should be okay. It looks good. Now we'll add some spacer, one at the beginning and one in the between both of them, so it will look a little bit better. So one spacer before the image and one spacer after the image. Onto the first spacer, put fill, and we will make it at 0.0.1. And for the second spacer, it will be the exact same thing. So we put fill, and the size will be 0.0.1. You can see it looks pretty nice. Now we need to import the image for this. This image will show the button that we need to click up an item. So we'll create a new folder into the content folder, and we call this texture. This texture, put in the folder, I call this UI. Up, you can see it in here. So just a simple texture, it's just a E, the letter E in a cycle. So this is very easy to do. So now I can use my image into the brush, up, like this. And now you can see we have our button and you have E with pickup. So this looks already pretty nice. If we look at our image, you can see that we have kind of the same thing. So now we will work on the bottom part. So in the bottom part, we have the same kind of thing. So we will have an horizontal box to place these two things. The first one will be an image, and the second one will be a vertical box. And inside the vertical box, we will add 3 text. So we'll do that. So we'll add an horizontal box again. Horizontal box into the second border. In this horizontal box, we'll first add a spacer. Then we will add an image. That's going to show the item that we can actually pick up. Then we'll add another spacer to add some space. And then we will add the vertical box. And so now we will make their size. So we'll do the same thing as we did with the other stuff. First will be the spacer. We'll do fill and we'll put 0.0.1. You can see that it didn't change the size because all the other one, they are at auto. The fill one get all the space. For the image, we choose fill and then we will put a .4. For the spacer next to it, fill, and we'll do something like that. And for the vertical box, we'll fill the rest of the size and we put .7. Maybe the spacer I'm gonna put 0.0.5 to make it look better a little bit. Maybe .25. Okay, that should do it. And so now in this vertical box, we can add 3 text. So you have the text in here. 1, 2, and 3 text. Oops. Up. You have to put it inside the vertical box. So we need to make them look like that. So we'll have, so the first text will be the type of item. The second text will be the name of the item. And the third text will be the description of that item. For the first text blocks, we will do fill and we put .25. And we can add something like weapon, for example, make it regular and 88. It should look nice. We will change the color and opacity because we want it to be some kind of grayish like that. Okay, that's perfect. Let's get the middle one. The middle one is the name of the item. So we'll do fill and we'll choose .4. Put something, for example, assault rifle. We change the size to be 88, for example, and we put regular also. I'm gonna do in here because we want the text to be uppercase. So to do that, we can either type the text as uppercase, or we can go in here and we can do to upper. And now the text will be uppercase. So the name of the weapon will not be uppercase everywhere, so we can put it as normal into the data table. And on the UI, it will be always uppercase. And the last one, the last test block will be the description. So we will go in here and do fill, and we'll put .3 to be a little bit smaller of these two other text blocks because the description is not really necessary. We don't really care. Like no one is gonna read it like that. We put it kind of grayish. We change the size of the font up 60. I'm gonna put regular, and it looks good. So this is pretty nice. You can check the different size by clicking on this. On the bottom right, we have the little icon like that. We can use it and check to see how does it look. And it looks pretty good. Can I put this in the middle like that? It will be better. We just need an image in here to show the weapon. So I prepared them. Okay, so I have added my icon. So you can see I made this little icon based on the weapon that we have in the game. So it's not very good, but it will be okay for our tutorial. Up. I will use this texture. And you can see now we have our UI for the pickup item, which looks very cool. Now we just need to set up all the information. So to set up all of this information, we will need the item structure that we have created. If I go into the blueprint inventory, into the structure item, you can see we have all of this information that we will use, but we miss one information. So we need to add a variable called this image up with a small I, because this will be the image that we will actually show in the pickup item. So it will be of type texture 2D, this object reference. Save, close. We'll go into our data table and we will add the different image. So for the rifle, I'm gonna go in here. This will be the rifle. For the pistol, it will be this. For the sniper rifle, I don't have the sniper rifle, so I will put the grenade launcher. It's okay, it's the same. And for the rifle ammo, I have the image. Now to set up all of this information on the widget should be pretty simple. We're going to the graph. We'll add a new variable. We call this same, and this should be of type S item. So this is our structure. Go ahead and save. Now we put this expose on spawn. I put instance editable, and now we can actually use this structure into our designer page. We'll start with the name of the item. It's the easiest. Go into item and we put name. So now this text will be bind with the item.name. Description will go item description. For the image, bind item image. So for now it's pretty easy. For the weapon, it should be a little bit different. So we'll do bind. We cannot bind to the type of item because the type of item is an enumeration. So to bind it, we'll create a new binding. And now we have this function, and we can place stuff in here that's going to be displayed in our UI. We'll go into item, do get, we have to break it. We'll hide all the pin, and we just want the type. And we will do a simple switch on item type. We have two item types, so it's going to be easy. First one will be a weapon. And the second one, we'll add a new return node. It will be ammo. Ammo. We'll compile and save, and now everything is set up. Now we will go up. We can close this. We can close this. We'll go on our pickup item inventory, and this is our blueprint pickup item. And this actually holds our item. So we'll add a widget component. So we can add a widget on an object. We will parent the widget sets in root. And now if we look on the right, in here we have the widget class. And this will be our widget pickup item UI that we have created. You can see now it looks like that. It's pretty bad. So we change the drawer size. We put something like, now it looks pretty nice, but it will be very, very big. So we'll reduce the size. So I'm gonna change the scale to be 0.35. It looks pretty nice. We could also maybe increase the Z to something like 900. Then we'll see if it's too small, we will change it. Just gonna put that on top of the item. Some place like 75 will be nice. We'll see now, we will check into the game. How does it look? Okay, so it's a little bit too small. And too much on top of the item. So let's lower it down a little bit. That should be okay. Let's go back to our pickup item. So we put 0.05 in here. And in here we have this size. And now we need to set up the item. So we can see in here we have our item structure. Can't actually see it. Into the variable we have an item structure. So this is the item that we will be showing. So into the event graph, up into the begin play, we'll get the widget. So we get the widget component, then we do a get widgets. From this get widget, we will cast to up pickup item. Like that. Up. Make some space. And now we can set our item. Tac, like that. Check. That's very good. So we can see that we have the pistol and we have some clipping there because they are all on the same place. But this will not happen in the game because we will only show one UI. It will be the closest one from our character. So we'll do that. Now I would like to hide all of the UI and show the closest one. So that next we will be able to make it follow the player. Let's go in here. Let's go into our pickup item. We'll go into the widget and you can scroll down and there will be is visible somewhere. It's here. Into rendering, we have visible. So we'll uncheck it, so it's going to be false and it's not going to be visible. Now into our interface, we'll create two new functions. The first one will be show widget pickup. Oops. Show widget pickup. We'll add an input that's going to be the player. It should be of type actor. So the player that's going to show the widget, so use this variable to move the widget around. So it's always going to look at the player. We create another function that's going to be hide widget pickup. Okay, let's go in here into interface. We can now make our function. So here is the show pickup widget. Go to the widget, we'll get this. We'll do set visibility. Up. This will be true. And we'll promote this to a variable. Promote to variable. This will be the player to follow. Now we'll make the hide widget pickup. So it will be the same thing. We'll set the visibility, but this time to false. And we will set the player to follow to nothing. Nice. Now that you have set up our player to follow, we can actually use this player to follow into our event tick. So if this is valid. So if we have a player to follow, we will follow that player. We'll get the actor location. From this location, we will get the pickup item location. Get actor location. And now we can do a very nice function that is find look at rotation. So it will find the rotation for this actor to look at the target. So we will get the widget and we will do a set world rotation. Into the is valid. So we just split this pin, split this one, and you just use the Z because we just want the U. When the player will be rotating around the item, the widget is going to be rotating around his Z axis. So let's compile and save. Now we need to use these two functions that we have created, the show widget and the hide widget pickup. To do that, we will go into our player. Let's go into our first person blueprint. Okay, so we'll use this array, item near player to pickup. So we'll go into the event tick. Let's add the event tick. So if this array is not empty, that means that we have item near our player to pick up. So if this is not empty, we have to actually hide all of the widgets. So we'll do a for each. So just to make sure that we don't have some widgets still on. So hide a widget pickup. And when we are done hiding all of them, we'll get our actor location. Okay. We do the find nearest actor. And so we'll get the nearest item near the player. And so this will be the nearest one. So from this one, we can do show widget pickup. And so we will only show the widget pickup on the nearest one of the player. And let's do self for this variable player. One thing that we would like to do, because you have to be careful, we can have a bug. In here, we are hiding all of the widget. If you remove the widget from this array, this widget pickup, this hide widget pickup will not be working because we will not be hiding it because it will not be in the array. So when we actually get out in here of the pickup collision, we will hide the outline and we will also, I'm going to get this. It's pretty nice. Maybe we should use the camera of the player because we can see that I can actually be there. And if I go behind, we cannot see the widget anymore. So we're gonna we are going to rotating to the camera of the player. So let's change that. So we'll change this function. Going to the show widget, instead of actor, we'll use print third person character. Let's change the function. So we set our player to follow. This we will change to BP third person blueprint, third person character. Up, change variable type. And so now in here, instead of doing get actor location, we'll get the camera. Up, get follow camera, and we'll get the location. Get world location like that. Up, up, up. And it should be better. Let's check. Up. You see it's better. So now the widget is following the player. So now there is an issue. You can see that if I try to throw something away, okay, you can see that the widget doesn't follow the actual item. To do that, we will go into our pickup item. Up. And in here, before doing all of this, we're actually gonna set the widget location. Set a location. Up, world location. Tac. We will split this pin. Let's make some space. Okay, like that. And the world location will be based on the item. So we get the item mesh. We do get a world location. Split this. Put X into the X, Y into the Y, and on the Z we'll do plus. And we'll add 40 in here. We're just gonna increase this to be something like 55. It will be looking better. That you can have. Okay, so there is a little bug into the event tick. We need to separate the set of the world location of the widget based on the item location and the rotation of the widget based on the player to follow. So we will remove this because we can actually fix it by just doing this. By doing first the world location. So this is one way to fix the bug. So we set the world location first, and then if the player to follow is valid, we can set the world rotation based on the follow camera. The best way is to use a sequence. So you can press S and just left click, and then you will have a sequence. Or you can just type sequence. Up, sequence, like this. And then first we will do the set world location. Up, I can unbreak this, put this a little bit up, and it should be better to actually make it cleaner like that. And then for the then one, we'll use the isValid of the player to follow. Just gonna put the widget in here. Up, and if the player to follow is valid, we get the follow camera and stuff like that. Get the world location. Up, we find the rotation and we set the world location. And this will be better. Okay, it's perfect. That's it for today. So we saw how to create the UI for the pickup item, and this UI is actually better when we are in first person. So if you want something to work with third person, maybe check some game in the GameUIDatabase. The link will be in the description. So you can check a game that has third person and some UI and stuff that you can actually pick up. You can get inspired by that and create your own UI. Make sure that you go and cut each part of the UI. If you like this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you don't want to miss the next episode. If you have any question, feel free to ask in the comment section, and we will see each other on the next video. Bye.